Yo, good morning everyone, Andreas here, and welcome to a tutorial on how to create the Muzzle Flashes from scratch. So, are you one of those guys who are tired of using like action centrals and stuff like that, stock footage or stuff? Me too. I've seen the same Muzzle Flash years, and I'm just tired of them. So I'm gonna show you how to create the Muzzle Flash effect without any stock footage, so from scratch. The first thing you want to do is to look up a reference picture on how a Muzzle Flash look like, and what's better than the American Sniper movie that was just released. Here's a Muzzle Flash. This is by an assault rifle, so it's not exactly the same, but you can see the colors. It's like yellowish and yeah, kind of transparent. So I'll link this picture in the description so you can watch it yourself when you edit your Muzzle Flash, because everyone's Muzzle Flash will look unique. So the first thing you want to do is to make a new composition. I'm choosing just HD, so it matches my main comp. And you want to rename the composition Muzzle, and then create a new solve. Use the black one and search for fractal noise. I love this effect. You can make so much stuff with it. And what you want to do now is to raise the contrast and just lower the brightness a bit. So you want to see if you can find anything that looks like a Muzzle Flash. But the first thing you want to do before you look for that is to just go into evolve options and randomize the seed, so you can get a random Muzzle Flash that no one else has. So just look for something nice. I like this part here. So next thing you want to do is to zoom in, and you can do that by pressing transfer and scale it up, and then try to find it. Here we go. Scale it some more. And yeah, almost there. Okay, and now you can see the Muzzle Flash looks really blurry, and you don't want that shit. So just go towards complexity and raise this stuff up to 10. 10 should be enough, and you can see it got some fine details now. And then you want to just mask it out from the rest of the fractal noise parts, so you get a solo Muzzle Flash. And now you want to feather this out just a tiny bit, and maybe change a little bit with the mask, like so. And there you go, a Muzzle Flash. Almost. It's a great start though. And okay. Now, next thing we want to do is to go over to our main comp. This is me. I'm awesome. So we need a Muzzle Flash right here. So let's go into project and just drag the comp you just made towards this place and make it an add, just like that. Then change the scale and the position. So just scale it down like this. I mean the rotation and the scale. The position we can change with your cursor. It's easier. And this is a gun, so you want to make the Muzzle Flash like a little bit smaller than the whole gun. So just scale it down a lot, like this one. This should work fine. Nice. The next thing you want to do is to just change the length of the composition. So it's just one frame. Poof. And then you want to add a tint effect, or I think the CC toner works better. So CC toner, and then just drag it onto the, and now the reference picture is awesome. So you want to make it look kind of similar. So you want some awesome yellowish orange sides, maybe a bit more red, like that. And the highlights, you want to make just a tiny bit of yellow, just like that. Now you can see. Oh, we're done. We're done. Not really. This looks like just a normal image here. It's flashing my. If your standards are higher than this, then just keep following the tutorial, because for me this looks bad. The next thing you want to do is to, I think the top of the muzzle flash should fade out just a tiny bit. So go onto your rectangle tool and mark the muzzle flash, and then just make a mask here at the top. Change the mask to subtract and feather it out like a lot, so it's not too noticeable, but you'll get this awesome transparent feeling at the top, so it feels like it get much more strange in the start than the end. So yeah, now when that's done, we need to add a little bit of glow so we can sell the effect even more. And already that looks good, but we want to change some options here, like the radius. We can erase that thing so it looks more glowy. Maybe just tweak with the intensity and the threshold, like that. That looks cool. The next thing I want to do is to just duplicate this layer and then add a fast blur and just blur this out so it will get another like glowy thing around it. It looks way better in my opinion. Yeah. And here's a great start. The first muzzle flash thing. And another thing you'll notice inside environment is that the light of the muzzle flash would flash up on the camera. So we want to make another solve here and change the color to just a bit yellowish, like that, and then put it on the top and change the blending mode to add, I think, and then go to, yeah, it's add, and go to opacity and change it to around like 14 or so, and change the length, and that looks already awesome. I will make another Muzzle Flash here soon, but first we need to add some smoke here. Since this looks kind of flat, and we want something to hold on after we move the gun. So to make the smoke effect, you need to make a new composition again. Name it to smoke. Okay, and add another solid black and the fractal noise. Here we want this one to scale up a lot more than the last one. Or not a lot more, but we need to scale it up so it looks like smoke. The smoke on a gun is not too much. We just need a little bit of poof effect, and then it needs to stick there. So I would like to change the fractal type to let's just skip that thing and instead do a distortion. No, not distortion. And instead do a turbulent displace. Here you'll see it looks already like smoke, but we want to change the size a bit and press the evolution key and go to the end of the comp and just drag it around a couple of times and see if it looks good. This looks a bit fast, so I think I will half the speed, maybe even more, just until it feels right. Like that. And we also want to do an evolution on the fractal noise. So let's do that. Like so. I think a bit more, maybe like a 1. Awesome. And a smoke thing goes up, right? It goes up. So we also need to change the offset turbulence. So keyframe that one, go to the end and raise or lower the numbers. So raise the smoke to somewhere where it looks good. It needs to look good. So I think a bit less here. Like so. And I think we need to lower the size of the turbulence just a tiny bit here, so it feels more moving. And yeah, this looks good. The next thing we want to do is to add this smoke layer to our main comp. So drag it in there, poof, and add the blending mode to screen. Because if you make this add, it will glow up way too much. A smoke effect shouldn't glow; it should just look smoky, right? And now I think I want to just make this a bit tinier, since it's a gun effect, and yeah. Now we want to mask it out. So the first frame you want it to look pretty much like the Muzzle Flash. Not really, but yeah, in the same size scale. So go into feather and feather it out like that. That's the first frame. Now we can press the size, since it's a smoke, and it will go like out fly out of the barrel. So keyframe the first thing here, and change the time scale here to where it begins, and then just go a couple frames away and push this up a bit. Also keyframe the position so you can start like here, and then it needs to stick like so, and then go to the end of your position and pump it up even more like that, and we can watch this and see if it looks good. I think it might be a little bit too fast, yeah, so we need to tweak that. On the smoke layer here, go into effects and press U to watch all the keyframes you have, and now just tweak it until you get the feeling you want. I think this offset thing needs to be way less noticeable, and the not the size, the evolution needs to be a little bit smaller, like so. I think that will look good. Yep, awesome. That's a great start. Poof, poof. And the smoke is a bit too much noticeable here, so another thing I want to do is to change the opacity. So we start at 100 and then end it like, I think like here around. Oh, let's try 0 here, so it just fades out. Nice, like that. Poof. Awesome. But it's a bright light effect on the Muzzle Flash. So another thing I want to do is to change the environment so it flashes up as well. So how to do that? It's pretty simple. Let's just duplicate the main clip and just change the length. I'll press Control Shift D and split the layer there and delete the over one, so it only shows in one place here, and then add a levels effect here, and just bump up the whites and lower the blacks so it gets more contrasted. And then okay, I want to hide this layer, the flash layer. So and then you want to add a hue and saturation onto the clip, and just press colorize. Now it looks red, everything looks red, and we don't want that. So instead we want to change this to a yellowish feeling that looks kind of like the Muzzle Flash, and then change the saturation a bit like that. Okay, a little bit more. Awesome. The next thing I want to do is to mask out like the face and all the stuff that will get impacted. So maybe the hand. A bit of the wall here. And yeah, maybe some of my shirt and the beginning of the legs, And then we want to feather all of the masks out so it looks good here. Like so. Awesome. And then change the mode to add, and you will get this glowy, super bright effect. And we need to lower that one, so let's go into opacity and just make it tiny bit visible, like so. And you will have this flash up effect, and then you can just add on your flashy effect here as well. And that looks cool, awesome. Yeah. Now I will make another one, another muzzle flash on the other shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have created another muzzle flash here. So here's the first one, and then here's the other one. To sell off this effect even more, since there's smoke on this place here, you need to light up the smoke as well, so you'll have another hue and saturations on the smoke, the first smoke. Add a colorize, and then change the hue to like a fiery red kind of thing, like so. Yeah, like that. And this hue thing you only want to use at one frame, so you need to change the keyframe on the colorize saturation from at first 0 to 35 to 0. So now it will look like this. And I think the brightness on this wall is a bit too much, so I'll go in there and change the feather a bit, and the oh wait, that's the wrong one. Change the feather a bit and the opacity, like that. And now we can look again, and that looks awesome. With some sound effects and some color correction, this will be looking like an Hollywood production, and you will get your own unique muzzle flashes every time. If you're using an AK, for example, or an M4 or something, the muzzle flash will look kind of similar, but not exactly similar when you use two at the same position. So to do that, you can just make another muzzle flash layer, like here, and copy this one, and then just change the evolution a bit slightly, and it will look like a new muzzle flash. Yeah, so that's it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and be sure to give feedback and the questions below. So I'll see you next video. Bye.